in his career. Won 152 games. He struck out 2,200 batters. He won the 2007 Cy Young Award for the San Diego Padres. Two-time World Series champion. And the proud owner of Southern Falls in Alabama. Everybody, let's just give a nice warm round of applause for the right-hander, Peavy. You like that, huh? That was you.
I love it.
That was it, right? That was your walk-up song.
This is cool, man.
Yeah, you were almost as intimidating hitting as Chipper Jones when you went up there. How you doing?
You know what? You playing the Hells Bells intro and giving the shout out to Trevor Hoffman. I got to experience that in San Diego, and it was as epic of an intro as there ever was.
Oh. We're gonna get you another mic there.
Check 1, 2. One, check,
Yes. Yes.
I like this much better.
How awesome was that? You played there, you saw it. Like, I remember, like, you know, hair standing on the back of your neck, 50,000 fans going absolutely crazy. You know, just go like that right there.
No, it was unbelievable. The only thing as a starting pitcher trying to ever finish a game was hell, because when you have a Hall of Famer, you throw it doesn't matter how well you've done. You got Trevor Hoffman coming in. Most of the time, Dip will tell you after the starting pitcher does his job, it's time to go get you ice and get you a snack, maybe out the kitchen. And when you're a starting pitcher, you never miss the 9th inning. It didn't matter that we got to see it every day. When Trevor Hoffman was coming in, Hell's Bells, it was lights out.
Well, 2007, and we're gonna go back and then we'll get to forward. But you burst on the scene as a young right-hander, doing tremendous things and then being punching tickets all over the place. I mean, this guy struck out everybody. There ain't a hitter in the big leagues that you didn't strike out, except me. But we never faced each other. But what was that like as a young guy to come on all of a sudden, boom, you're winning the Cy Young, the best pitcher in your league?
No, look, I got extremely fortunate to fall into a good situation in San Diego when I was young. I got to have my lumps. I came over here. I hated Arizona. Y'all, Bank One Ballpark, when it was Bank One Ballpark, was hell for me to come in. Louis Gonzalez and Finley and Rubio Durazo with those arms that you could. There's no way to get
inside.
And those guys wore me out young, but I had a couple years early. And then I starting to put it together. I had some great coaching, Darryl Ackerfields and Darren Balsley, who's still the pitching coach in San Diego. And then you talk about 2007. A lot of people don't realize that Greg Maddux was my teammate, a guy who had already held 4 of those, right? Maybe the best of all time. I mean, let's talk about those stats. Greg Maddux, are you kidding me? In the era he did it in, I would love to have some of those plates that he had. Nobody's getting those calls.
I always said
anymore.
playing with him was like getting a PhD in pitching.
It was getting a PhD in wine drinking, golf, and baseball 101. The best, but honestly, this guy won his 5th Cy Young straight through me, and I was just fortunate to be around older guys. You know, and you know that it doesn't matter what you're doing in life. If you don't respect and understand what come before you, and that we're all standing here on the shoulders of others, I just don't believe you're bound for success. And I was so fortunate for the time I got in the big leagues to be around Trevor Hoffman's, Kevin Towers, the late great Kevin Towers, God rest his soul. Yeah, when I thought I had my stuff together, ERA title, a strikeout title under my belt, he tells me we're about to pay Greg Maddux the amount of money I wanted at the time. For me to learn, and it was a great life lesson, and one of the greatest joys of my life came out of that year.
You speaking of great years, 2013, you get traded over from the White Sox. Yeah, hey, hold on, what's that?
Tim, look what I brought.
Hold on, let's cheers to that real quick. That was a lot of fun.
2013, where you Boston fans at? I just talked to a couple of you. Look at this, Tim.
What do you got?
I brought it. Look, I don't ever get a chance to bring these things out.
These things, hold on, what is that? These things.
Look, there it is, right there. Look at this, y'all.
Yeah.
I stood on the first base line. This is a God-honest, true story. Next to this man right here to my left. And I said, Demp, this is the World Series, bro. Like, we finally made it. Me and this guy got to experience that. he ended up pitching in that same game, closing that same game, 1 out, and there it is.
We had a couple fun times. So Peavy loves playing music, and you love playing the guitar. And on the road, whenever we would go places, we'd sit in the hotel room and we'd jam all night long, jam till 3, 4 in the morning. And we had a couple times. When you've been in your hotel room playing too long, when you get a knock on the door and you look in the peephole, and then you see a guy with like a gun, across here, and it's the Israeli Secret Service because the president or the prime minister of Israel staying in the hotel. And
They were serious.
He says, "Excuse me, sir, you guys are done." And I said to Pete, "What do we do?" He said, "I don't know. Let's go to Buchholz's room."
That's a true story, y'all. This is, they were serious about us not letting him get some sleep. They had some big meetings the next day, and we told them we had a big game. They didn't care.
How did you get into music? By the way, that's Jim Tempe. He's coming in for tomorrow's show, guys.
Right.
He's flying in right there. He lands here about 7:30. So.
Him or Clemens, one of the two. You got. I was fortunate enough to in San Diego. I told you I got there. I was a young kid. I wasn't even old enough to go have a beer in a bar with my teammates. Who, when we were talking about getting the league,
that's what stopped you.
my teammates were 35 years old at the time. You know, I didn't have a whole lot in common with them. And so Tim Flannery was sitting in these stairwells. I don't know if any of you know Tim Flannery. He's the third base coach with the Padres. Yeah. Then went with Bochy to San Francisco, started winning all those world championships that they won. That man in 2002 gave me a guitar, and he said, "Bring this on the road with you, and I'll teach you how to play." So me and him sat there, and he introduced me to wine. At that point in time, a country boy from Alabama, we never had indulged in any wine. I learned a lot about grapes.
Shine, but not wine.
There you go. And so I started playing guitar with him. He ended up getting fired after the end of the year because he wouldn't have arm surgery. And he goes his separate way. Now I learned to play guitar throughout my career. It becomes one of the staples to connecting with teammates and having great times off the baseball field. And then in 2014, get traded back to San Francisco. He's coaching third base, playing music, and I'm now able to at least join in and accompany him. And we were able to win another one of those World Series, and it's cool.
Yeah. I was so happy for you to do that 2 years in a row, to go get traded to a team in Boston, win the World Series, and then get traded to a team and next year and win the World Series. I mean, how special was that to do that 2 years in a row like that?
Well, you know what? I'll elaborate on that. And I even got asked out there, which one of these rings means more to you? And I always say there's nothing like the first time. And I love everything about what happened in the Bay Area. Shakedown Street is what we just walked out here to. I am the Bay Area as much as there's ever been somebody from it. Yeah. That being said, the group that we wanted in Boston with was such a hungry, a lot of us, it was our first time. We were on a mission that it couldn't be denied. What happened in the city of Boston Strong, the whole movement there, the energy was larger than life. And anytime you win a World Series, it's larger than life. But if you look at the lineage of this 2013 team, and I was able to go infiltrate the Giants camp, who already had it, they just needed some love. 2015, who's on that Kansas City team and spoke at the parade? None other than a guy who wasn't even on the postseason roster, but leading the whole charge in Johnny Gomes, a member of this 13 team. The 16 year, we all know what happened there. I know there's a few Cubs fans here, my goodness, right?
I would have brought my ring, but I couldn't get it on the plane.
That 13 team was full. The team that they beat, Napoli and Andrew Miller on the other side. The lineage and the guys who went on to win that 13 team, you kept seeing those guys pour back in the championship game because they had something that was special. There was a lot of special things happening in Boston that year. I don't know if there's anything I'll ever experience quite like Boston Strong.
Yeah, no doubt. You're done, right? You're done playing?
Yeah, I think so.
Like professionally?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm playing wiffle ball. We got a hell of a wiffle ball team going in Mobile. Yeah, true story. Right outside the back of a bar, you can have some beers. It's a little bit less stressful than Yankee Stadium.
So now that you're done playing, your other aspirations, you love music. I know you have a production company, and you guys do a lot of that stuff. Talk a little bit about your music and the things you're doing with music now.
Well, just got into, finding you're 37 years old now. You've been this baseball player your whole life, and are you going to coach? Are you going to do this? I have 4 little boys that keep me as busy as ever, and they're in Mobile, Alabama. So I wanted to just try to find a way to infiltrate or have some business, have some purpose there. I mean, get up and play golf every day, or and the foundation, and a big reason we're out here is a huge part of my life and what makes me go. But getting to bring music to my hometown and just getting to be a part. We have Dolphin Street Sound, which is a studio that music can be born out. I don't know if y'all just heard, but John Popper, who just got off that stage, I got to hang out, and he just came down and recorded a record with us, and getting to bring some of your relationships to your hometown is fun. Can't take that call right now, Devin. Sorry, that's my first time on one of these shows. I forgot to turn my phone off.
Who was that?
That was.
Was it anybody important?
No, it wasn't anybody too cool. It was just a 251 number. Somebody from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Roll Tide.
All right. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. So music.
We didn't win it this year.
You play. You love playing.
I do. I enjoy anytime that there's an excuse to play music. Music is fun. It's the funnest thing you can do with your clothes on, right?
We're at a music festival.
Let's play music. Are y'all gonna help us sing if we play music? I'm not doing this alone.
I figured you might want to play some music.
Let's do it.
So
come on, Deb.
Let's get you up here and see what you got. See if the band's got something for you.
Do we know a song? Right. Check 1, 2. Ooh. Yeah, I'm a huge music lover, and I love the band. If anybody don't know who the band is, and the reason you feeling a little like you don't have enough soul for this song is because God gave it all to leave on him. So we're about to give it hell, do the best we can. Y'all help us sing along if you know it. You know when I get off of this mountain, you know where I want to go. Straight down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico, to Lake Charles, Louisiana, to a little Bessie girl that I once knew. And she told me just to come on by, there was anything she could do. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She lets me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, drunk as drink. If I ever get to see one. Where you at, Ryan Dempster?
Good luck just struck me, so I attacked, I did go. She bet on a horse to win, I bet on another joke. To one. When that big wing came around the tracks, you know we had one.
I'm going up on Cripple Creek. She sends me if I spring a leak. She leads me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, drunk as drink. If I ever did see one. Well, I picked up all of my women, gave my little Bessie hand. She tore it up and threw it in my face, just for a laugh. That just made my heart throb to the bottom of my feet. And I swore, see, as I took another pull, my Bessie can't be beat. The girl, she takes me up on Cripple Creek. She sends me if I spring a leak. She loves me, I don't have to speak. She defends, drunk as drink, if I ever did see one. Jones on their bodies. She said I can't take away his thing, but I love to hear him talk. Now there's one thing, see, in the whole wide world I sure do love to see. That's when that sweet little thing of mine dips a donut in my teeth. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spend a week. She means me, I don't have to speak. She defends me down the street if I ever did see one. Let's float down in California. Up north, see it's freezing cold. Damn, this living off of the road, getting pretty old. Yes, I call up Big Mama, tell her I'll be rolling in. But you know deep down, I'm so tempted to go and see my Bessie again.